Hello, my Celtic Arts Center friends. I'd like to tell you a spooky Samhain story. This is Tam O Shanter by Robert Burns, partly in the original Scots and partly in English. Tam O Shanter was a Scottish farmer who liked to dally too much at the pub, and one night he had a harrowing experience on his way home. He mounted his grey mare Meg and set out into a terrible storm. The wind blew as 'twould blawn its last, the rattling showers rose in the blast, the speedy gleams the darkness swallowed, loud deep and lang the thunder bellowed. That nicht a child micht understand the deil had business on his hand. The deil being the devil. Tam rides along cautiously, holding his hat against the wind and singing to himself for comfort, while keeping his eyes out for ghosts and goblins. He's approaching the haunted church at Alloway. The rain is lashing down, the lightning is flashing, the thunder rolls are coming nearer and nearer. Then, through the groaning trees, he spies the Alloway church, which, to his utter amazement, is ablaze with light. And he can hear sounds of mirth and dancing coming from within. Here Burns remarks on the risks one is inclined to take when emboldened by drink. Inspiring John Barleycorn, what dangers thou canst mock a scorn. With tippenny we fear nae evil, with Ushkabe we'll face the devil. Ushkabe, of course, being whiskey. So Tam wasn't afraid of this strange scene, as he should well have been, but Maggie knew better, and stood stock still till Tam prodded and poked her to keep moving. And that's when Tam saw an incredible sight. Warlocks and witches in a dance. Nae coatil yon Brent knew frae France, but hornpipes, jigs, strass, bays, and reels put life and metal in their heels. In the window alcove sat Satan himself in the shape of a big shaggy dog, black and grim. It was his job to play the pipes for the dancers, and he made them squeal till the roof and rafters rang. There were open coffins all around with dead bodies in them, still in their funeral clothes, and by some strange magic, each one held in its hand a light by which Tam could see all sorts of horrible and awful things upon the altar. A murderer's bones still in leg irons, a thief just cut from his hanging rope, his mouth still agape with his last gasp. 5 tomahawks rusted red with blood, a belt which had strangled a baby, a knife which had been used by a son to cut his own father's throat, with grey hairs still stuck to the shaft. As Tam stared at the scene in amazement, the festivities got louder and louder, and the dancing grew wilder and faster, until finally the sweating, stinking witches threw off their ragged clothes and started dancing in their underskirts. As Tammy glowered, amazed and curious, the mirth and fun grew fast and furious. The piper lewd and lewder blew, the dancers quick and quicker flew. They reeled, they set, they crossed, they cleekit, till ilka carl and swat and reek it, and coast their daddies to the work, and link it at it in her sark. Scandalous. But there was one winsome jolly witch named Nanny, who was dancing with the old hags, wearing a very short underskirt of paisley. Short skirt in Scots is cutty sark. She commanded the attention of Tam, for she was young and attractive and very lively. Even the devil, watching her dance, became fidgety and lustful. Finally, Tam can't contain his excitement any more, and he shouts out, "Well done, short skirt!" And instantly, all the action comes to a screeching halt, and the church goes dark. Burns calls upon his muse to help him describe this fantastical scene, but says it's beyond her power to do so. That's how astonishing it was. But here my muse her wing maun cour, sic flichts are far beyond her poor, to sing Hunani, lap and flang, A supple jawed she was and strang, and who Tam stood like een bewitched, and thought 'tis very een enriched. Even Satan glowered and fidged full fain, and hotched and blew with micht and main, till first ye capers, ane and nither, tan tint his reason a' together, and roars out, "Well done, Cutty Sark!" And in an instant all was dark. And scarcely had he Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion sallied, as bees bezoot wi' angry fyke, when plundering herds assail their pike. As eager runs the market crowd, when "Catch the thief!" resounds aloud. So Maggie runs, the witches follow, wi' moany and eldritch screech and hollow. So all the witches are after Tam with hell and fury for having seen them at their revels, a sight that no mortal man is allowed to witness. Now it's up to Tam's steadfast mare Meg to save them both from doom. Meg has to get them to the keystone of the bridge, for no diabolical power can pursue you beyond the middle of a running stream. The bridge is close, so if Meg can just outrun this hellish legion pursuing them, all will be well. Once she's gotten her master safe across the water, she can toss her tail at them. But Meg couldn't resist, and she scornfully tossed her tail a moment too soon at Nanny, who was close upon their heels. Nanny was able to grab her tail and rip it right off, just before they reached the bridge, leaving poor Maggie with only a stump. Here we come to the end of this ghoulish tale, and with it an admonition not to linger too long at the alehouse, or to give oneself over to the admiration of Cutty Sarks. Noo, wha this tale of truth shall read, ilk man and mother's son, tak heed. Whene'er to drink ye are inclined, or Cutty Sarks run in your mind, think ye may buy the joys o'er dear. Remember Tam O Shanter's mare. So, I hope that has taught us all a lesson. Anyway, I miss you all, my Celtic Arts Centre friends. I hope we'll get to see each other soon again, and have a very happy Samhain.